Hello and welcome to Introduction to Education. My name is Herman Weaver. I am a 46-year-old married father of two and a first-year student at the University of Newcastle studying a Bachelor of Secondary Education. I've always had an interest in science and I want to light and fan the fire of inquiry and curiosity in the next generation. You may be like me, someone who has left the academic world for 25 years. Or you may be fresh out of high school, having just accomplished probably one of the most stressful battery of examinations in your life so far. But don't worry, university and the introduction to education is not like that. And now you want to go back and be responsible for the marks of 30 teenagers. What we all have in common is we have made this first step on a journey of teaching and learning that will hopefully last us to the end of our lives. So what is Intro to Education? Intro to Education is a bit like a toolbox. It's not the perfect metaphor, but I think you will get some value out of this comparison. Back in my day, teachers only had a few tools to pass on knowledge and measure students' performance. With advances in technology, teachers now have tools that do the same thing, but much more efficiently, but also with much greater risks associated with their use, both for the teacher and the students. So this is why there's such an importance on the Code of Conduct and the Australian Professional Standards for Graduate Teachers. As pre-service teachers, we all come with our own backgrounds and our own skills and our own prior knowledge. And our students will also have their own backgrounds and their own prior knowledge. And each one will be individual, and each one will have different ways of learning and bring different strengths and perspectives to the classroom and the learning environment. So, I see the Code of Conduct and the Professional Standards for Teachers and other benchmarks as a kind of PPE, so that teachers and students can teach safely and not damage themselves or their students. The virtual schools visit really shifted my paradigm about pedagogy. I always thought that teaching was a teacher-led activity, and the virtual schools visit really opened my eyes and my mind to not only student-led learning, but also diversity and Aboriginal education, and how students-led learning can engage and motivate students from different backgrounds by working with each individual's prior knowledge and what they want to learn. You will hone your information and communication technology skills with PowerPoint, Kahoots, Poll Everywhere, ChatGPT, and all sorts of online resources to research, produce, and submit assignments online. Or, like me, you'll discover that the choice between hard copies and floppy disks no longer exists. One of the supposedly dirty words in education is assessment. Now, there used to be only one way to measure in learning. Now, as teachers, we are learning that there are several ways of learning and assessing students, not just with a tape measure, but with other forms of assessment. Forms of assessment which do not rely so heavily on rote learning, and with the advent of ChatGPT, plagiarism. All in all, education and how it is presented and how we learn and the tools we use have all changed markedly in 25 years. And our modes of assessment also need to change.